Sometimes we need to be leaders, sometimes we need to be followers. So when you judge a person very harshly, it means, or you see a behavior as very negative, it means first that you're not seeing the truth, and second, that you need to integrate that energy. And it's the lack of integration of that energy that is stopping you from allowing the inner leader to emerge. What does this mean? A behavior is not good or bad. It's just the judgment that you have over it. Because if you can see the intention that's behind the behavior, then you will understand the truth. But because you judge it so harshly, then you just say, I don't want this, this is not part of my life, I hate these people, I hate the people that do that. Aggressiveness, forcefulness, not following rules, these are all judgments that are very harsh in terms of workplaces. One of the things that people were most bothered about was that people didn't follow their orders as direct reports. But the truth is, all great leaders set a new path for themselves and for others as well. And they refuse to follow orders. Some of the great names in the world that have changed our world refused to follow orders, like Gandhi and so many others. So you see, behind the behavior, there's always an intention that you need to see for the truth, for what it is. And while you are carrying judgment, you won't be able to see it. And you will continue denying it. But that's what's in the way of you moving forward. Whatever that person is doing, there's another side to that behavior. So if you have a person who's being forceful out of fear and just pushing you and threatening you, and if you don't do this, this will happen, and being forceful in this way, this is forceful out of fear. But if you are being forceful out of love because you believe that, for example, women should have the same voice in a room or in a meeting, or if youth should have the same voice, then you are being forceful out of love. You are bringing something that's good for you and good for others, and you are bringing a lot of advancement. It's about expansion. But you see, it is the same behavior. It's just the intention that you have behind it that changes everything. And when you are looking at a negative behavior, you are looking at it from a negative perspective, from a judgment perspective, from an ego perspective, from the forceful being pushing a person to the corner. But if you take forcefulness through an intention of love, you will see that we would get nowhere if we wouldn't have forceful people pushing their ways, their barriers, the limits, and pushing everyone, regardless of how much it costs them, to move things forward. So you see, there's always another side to what we're seeing, the good and the bad. And to integrate these behaviors and to say, I am free to choose, and I can transcend this conflict, I can transcend this limitation, I can transcend this internal duality. You can only do it by integrating that behavior, because then you'll be free to choose. So the conflict will no longer appear in your life. You will create other people and you'll create other circumstances, but they will be more evolved than the place that you are right now.